traffic signals, which we call the traffic lights. Phase 1 has been completed. Then we are now working on phase 2. Phase 2, we are putting up lighting in 7 Junction. 7 Junction 1, we have Wellington Road there by Mislack School, the gas station, Hartford, in that area there. That's 1. Then we move down. I'm going to go in a circle. We're going to go down. We go to Keon Street and College Street Gut. Right in that junction there will be another one. Then we turn down the Gut. We have one by an intersection there, Cooley, Social Security, and the bridge. Then we go up further. We have one by by Courts, Rams, and Port Zante, roundabout there. Then we move up again. We have another one by Port Zante East and Sands Complex. Then we move up. We have one by Sands Complex, Sundong Road, and the Bay Road. And then we move up. We have one by Rams, Cash and Carry, Birdrock Road, TDC, Best Buy, in that area there. Those are the 7 junctions which we are looking at. Now the work should have commenced last year and completed last year. But what happened, because of the COVID, the technocrats couldn't move. The equipment were here since early in the year, but it just couldn't come to install. So the technocrats came in, were quarantined. They are out. They came out just before Christmas. They decided not going to delay, so they worked throughout the Christmas, and they're on the ground now. The project is ongoing. Now they have actually finished all of the bases except for Birdrock, which we're going to come to. They also mounted or installed the poles in most areas. I think one outside of Birdrock, done by Social Security, had not been mounted up to 12 o'clock today, but it will be mounted by the end of this week. In addition to that, this week they actually put the arms on. Then they will actually work on the cabinet. The cabinet is the metal box where you have the mechanism to advance the speed and turn down the speed, etc., etc. And then after that, they're going to put the lighting in place and fine tune. That project is slated to be completed by the end of the first quarter.
I think that the general public will agree that the introduction of the traffic lights overall resulted in improvement in the traffic, the management of vehicle traffic, especially in Bastille. And it was not done randomly. We followed international procedures. We did the necessary studies. What you do, basically you get persons to stand at the intersection. They count the number of vehicles, the direction in which they are turning, and that is the basic information that is collected, and is then there are certain formulas that you use to predict and to determine what would be the length of the signal. So for instance, if the green light is set to go green on a particular arm of the roundabout for 10 or 15 seconds, that was calculated. So it's a scientific process. It's an electronic piece of equipment, and so things can go wrong from time to time. So, but we have at least one person, and we're hoping to get others, but we had at least one person who would have been trained in the maintenance. And so as soon as we are alerted that one of them seems to be taking longer or shorter, we get the maintenance technician there, and the adjustment is made. So it shouldn't really be a problem for long. But I want to give credit where credit is due, and I think that our former minister, Honorable Ian Patches Liburd, now Ambassador Liburd, was critical in bringing this to bear, to fore.
True.
And so it's worth mentioning, and we would have worked as a team in the ministry, and would have, as I said, gone through the various stages, make sure that the proper studies were done, and then the lights were introduced, and it was done, in my estimation, successfully. And so we are now on to phase 2, and we likewise believe that it is justified. The information shows that based on the numbers of vehicles, that it is time to introduce similar signalization of these intersections. And the rate of growth of vehicular traffic in St. Kitts, I think we estimate it to be about 1% per annum, but it might even be more than that. Every day, it seems to me, I live in St. Peter's, and I'm monitoring the situation, because coming down from St. Peter's, is only one way in, one way out, and we really have to try and find alternatives, because soon, we will be facing a serious bottleneck in that area. But you have ways of controlling the traffic. You have the use of roundabouts and the use of traffic signals. So sometimes you don't have the space to put in a roundabout at an intersection, and so traffic signals usually is then the most optimal way to control the traffic. So this is one of the areas in which we are continuing to monitor development